All right, folks, Yishai Fleischer here in a beautiful night in Judea. One person that's not here tonight with us in the Holy Land is J.D. Vance, Vice President of the United States. He was supposed to come, that's what the communique said, and then abruptly canceled. Why did he cancel? We don't know the exact reasons, but here's 5 reasons that could be the cause of the cancellation, and maybe these 5 reasons are useful thoughts about Israeli diplomacy and how Israel is perceived. The first is the Jews, right? You have the Israeli Jews, but you also have American Jews. Now, American Jews, the majority of them do not vote for Donald Trump and this administration or Republican, right? They don't like MAGA. They don't like this president, and they're going to give this president a hard time. In fact, there are at least 3 Jewish organizations that are already writing letters against the way that the administration is treating anti-Semitism. The administration is trying to fight anti-Semitism. They're trying to shut down their funding to Harvard. They're trying to kick out and deport jihadists from the United States. And those Jewish groups don't like it. And no matter what this administration is going to do, they're not going to score any points with these Jews, who, don't forget, are influential and funders and have access to media. There's no way to please them. And so if J.D. Vance comes to Israel, they're going to write all kinds of junk about J.D. Vance's visit and how he's pro-settler and how he's furthering the occupation and apartheid and the genocide and all the words that are thrown around by Jewish people who are anti-Israel or certainly anti this administration and don't like the way this administration is strengthening the nationalist right-wing side of Israel. So first reason is you're not going to score any points with the American progressive, Jewish, liberal, and Democrat voting folks. You're not going to vote. You're not going to get any love from them whatsoever. You're just going to get bad press. So that's number 1. Number 2. What about Israel itself? Is Israel going to roll out the lavender carpet like the Saudis did? No, we don't really roll out the lavender carpet, do we? Right? We don't know how to do pomp and circumstance. We don't know how to do the gestures that Saudi Arabia does. We don't know how to put on those kind of giant shows and make a big a banquet of that level. We're just not like that here in Israel. Moreover, Israel is actually not going to fulfill the Trump policies, right? We're not going to evacuate Gaza of its jihadis. And we're not going to help the population leave to places like Morocco. When the president of the United States says, send them to Morocco, we'll be like, well, how do you do that? And this and that. We're like party poopers. We don't quite have it together to get the Trump policy done quick. We might do it. It might be slow. We might lip service it. But we're not going to get it done fast. We're not going to roll out the lavender carpet like they do in Saudi Arabia. We're just not that fast. And our policies are not MAGA policies. We have a very deep state. We're not cutting it down. We're part of all kinds of United Nations organizations. We're not quitting them. And so you come to Israel as J.D. Vance. Is Israel advancing what J.D. Vance wants to advance? No, it's not. So you're not winning a lot of points. Moreover, let's say you have a constituency like J.D. Vance does, which is the constituency of evangelical Christians, of folks that love the Bible. When he comes to Israel, can he show his constituency that the Bible is being lived here in the land of Israel? Not exactly, right? We're the gay capital of the Middle East. We are certainly more on the progressive side when it came to COVID and vaccines and all that kind of business. So we're not exactly the Bible country that his constituency wants to see. He's not going to win a lot of points. You know, Israel is going to take him to Yad Vashem, show him the Holocaust. They're going to go down to Gaza, show them the victimhood that happened on October 7th. But they're not going to show him Abraham and King David and the land of the Bible, right? We don't even have a Bible museum the way that Washington, D.C. has a Bible museum. So we're not exactly going to show him that either. So basically, I separate those into 2 points, which is 1, we don't know how to roll out the red carpet. We don't know how to be exactly Trumpian. We're not going to take care of Gaza the way that Donald Trump has issued a vision and a green light. That's point number 2. And point number 3 is we're not exactly the biblical country that J.D. Vance's constituency wants to see. Okay. Number 4 is that now J.D. Vance and President Trump, they're chummy with Qatar. We're not happy about that. Qatar is jihadist. They are the funders of October 7th massacre. They're pro-Hamas overtly. And guess what? They're whispering now in the ear of President Trump, who just signed a $1.3 trillion economic package with them. And they're whispering in the ear. They're like, you know what? Israel's war against Hamas is not just, and Hamas are just victims. They just want liberal rights. It's, you know, what they said in their charter, that they want to just erase the Jewish people and destroy America. Don't worry about that. Don't forget our nice $400 million plane we just gave you. And so the Qataris and, you know, the Saudis and who knows who else, at the end, they are from the jihadi tradition. It's not like they have a great love for Israel. If they have a love for Israel, it's a tactical alliance, maybe against Iran. But the bottom line is the Arabs, they just can't naturally fall in love with Israel and be like, don't forget to visit our great partner, the Jewish people. Maybe that will come soon. I hope, Bezrat Hashem, with the help of God, inshallah, that will happen soon, but it's not there yet. So that was reason number 4, is the Arabs. And reason number 5 is that, don't forget that J.D. Vance is part of the isolationist wing of the Republican Party, and he's a neo-isolationist, and at the same time, he certainly has neo-isolationist friends. If it's Tucker, if it's the other commentators, if it's Joe Rogan, and they're like saying, you know, Israel's dragging us into needless wars, and we're paying a lot of money to Israel. And the Israel lobby is very influential here, right? No matter that Qatar is like billions of dollars more influential in Washington than Israel is, no matter that the AIPAC is actually American Jews, not Israelis, no matter that the money that's invested in Israel makes money for the United States through testing of armament, through development. Okay, there is a neo-isolationist wing. And that wing is a wing that's whispering in the ear of J.D. Vance. Like, what do you need these Jews for? What do you need Israel for? Forget it. We have the package now with Qatar. That's good. And that's going to bring money to the United States. Who needs Israel? They have needless wars and they're always confused. There's a lot of internal conflict. You're never going to win any points. And for all those 5 reasons, maybe that's why J.D. Vance was like, you know what? Forget it. It's not going to be a win. There's no win there, seemingly. Of course, there is another side, and that other side is that Israel has fought an amazing war against the jihad. We have killed jihadi leaders. We are pushing back against evil regimes like the Syrian regime, which has fallen. We are the forefront of pushing back on Iran and making sure that they don't have a nuclear weapon. Moreover, we are a stable ally. Israel is a real ally, not just of the United States, but of freedom-loving countries. We're the only ones that are going to be able to guarantee freedom, liberty, normalcy, progress around here because we're deeply committed to it, and God is with us. Okay, we have an army. The other Arab countries don't have an army like ours. The Saudis, no matter how much money you pump in there, you're never going to have a force like Israel's because they don't have that drive and commitment to hold on to this land and to fight for it with self-sacrifice through thick and thin. They just don't have it. They have the sword dance. They love the sword dance, but they don't have that kind of a fighting force. Remember, they were not able to deal with the Houthis for so long. They just don't have that capability. There's only one force around here which the United States and freedom-loving countries can rely on. That's Israel. Moreover, if you believe it, which I do and millions of people around the world do, Israel is a great miracle. The return of the Jewish people after 2,000 years, the rebirth of Jerusalem, and the God of Israel showing up to the world through Revelation. And that's what's happening in our time. And at the end, countries that bless Israel are blessed. And that's why America's been blessed for so long. Stop blessing Israel. Stop coming here. Stop sending your blessings. Well, you're going to be less blessed. Let me ask you this. Like, what do you think you're going to get more blessings? Chumming up with Qatar or chumming up with the God of Israel in Jerusalem? You know, and hey, you know, Doha is nice. I get it. And those guys know how to put on the show and we don't. Maybe we should learn to put on the show, and maybe we should have a little bit more unity, Israel, and maybe we should have more of a unified message, and maybe we should crush our enemies and crush the jihad and the Hamas. We certainly should. And we should show President Trump that this is a leading country. Not that we have to kiss up, but it's true. We are the leaders of this region, and Israel is a force of stability, of goodness, of liberty, of justice, and of channeling God's great vision into this world. That's what Israel is. So Vice President, the Honorable Vice President J.D. Vance, you are invited to come and visit the land of Israel and have it touch you and bring your blessings and many of your ideas and your vision and your know-how to Israel. We have a lot to learn from the United States as well. So there's a lot of good things that can happen. Let's not distance one another. And remember, the Qataris at the end, they are dangerous. They're not pro-American, and they're certainly not pro-American values. So, Vice President Vance, you are invited, and all of you are invited to join the story of the God of Israel, of the return of the Jewish people to the land of Israel, and to receive the blessings from the land of blessings. And don't forget to send me your blessings so I can continue to broadcast. And I'm so thankful if you go down below to the links, find out how you can support through fightforisrael.org. You can like, subscribe, comment, be part of our programming, be part of our efforts to strengthen the land of Israel and to send Torah to the world. God bless you wherever you are. Lots of love and lots of blessings from the land of blessings. And shalom.